Hey, folks, this is Jay from JayTalk. And it's our TikTok fiend, Nick from the Nick Drop.
I'm gonna laugh every time you come up with some new snazzy thing to say.
Try. You
It's
know,
funny.
just to be
It's
goofy.
funny.
Exactly. Come on, we can't be boring here, you know?
That's right.
So,
Not boring.
yeah, it's all about the voice, man. You got to bring it to it. No, I was kidding.
And on the main stage.
Yeah, exactly. Holy crap, my headphone just does not want to work today. Okay.
So
So,
how was your day, brother? How was your day?
it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
You know, I got 4 servers that I need to do DoD wipes on.
Wow.
Yeah, they have ransomware.
Oh boy.
Yeah, happy joy world there. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So, but other than that, it's been a good day. Um, starting to see. Well, for the fans who we've been talking about it, we've been trying to do different things to promote the podcast,
Right.
and we're starting to see kind of some of those things come to fruition. I guess it's still slow going, but it's still that every time we make a change, it seems like it improves the show, and we're kind of happy about that.
Right.
So but yeah, that was today. I was checking on a couple of things, but yeah, it's just kind of nice, to kind of see things. Other than that, it's just work. Yeah, that's all it was today. And you? What about you?
Same deal, man. We're trying really hard. I guess Microsoft's pushing everybody to get on the 20H2 Windows 10
Yes.
instead of the 1909 or the 1809. So we got a lot of 1809s out there, and we got a lot of 32-bit machines out there now that our old guy has retired.
Yep.
I'm wondering if their department's going to completely alleviate that. They're going to probably always want one or two, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just they're pushing it hard. And these PCs that won't take the upgrade, because it takes about 45 minutes. But the ones that won't take them are out in the middle of a field or in a landlizer building or something like that, where we're actually going to have to go touch them with a USB drive.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. So
Nobody wants to do that.
what? Come on.
I'd rather the guys that go out in the field every day bring them in and let us knock it out in 45 minutes instead of sitting out there in my truck for 3 hours.
I know. That's a
You
fair
know?
point.
So
Plus, when you have to go open those cabinets that's out in the middle of the pipeline, yeah, you're just too big of a risk there. But
yeah, you got to suit up, and now you got to fill out all this paperwork. You have to have a hard hat, and you
yeah,
got to protect your glasses and protect your ears, and your vehicle's got to be inspected every time you go out there. So
yep,
it's like, go out there because you're already past all that. Bring it in. We knock it out in less than an hour, and you're back in business.
exactly.
Otherwise, you and I are going to be sitting in the truck going, so you come here often? Sitting around twiddling your thumbs because you can't do anything
Oh
else.
my
You
goodness.
know, you're
Come
sitting in
here
your
often.
truck.
Yeah, I know, but still, come
You
here
come here
often. That was good, man. I love that. That was great. So,
I don't know how many times I've walked into a bar or something like that and just walked up to somebody, hey, come here often?
oh my gosh, you're
They
great.
roll their eyes, walk away. I don't give a damn.
I know,
Just
exactly.
silly.
So, that's too funny. So, okay, so I got a couple of things I wanted to talk about today. I don't
All
know how
right.
long this
Right.
show's gonna last, but we're just gonna kind of let it take its direction. Number one, the big news that dropped that everybody is talking about, and it doesn't hurt for us to talk about because it's not politics. But what do you think of the Elon Musk buying Twitter?
All right. It's about time. I've been hearing rumors he's been talking about it.
Right. Right. And there's been a lot of people opposing it. And they even, the board took this whole poison pill attitude because they didn't want to let him buy it. But he literally offered, I don't remember if it was like $8 or $10 more per share than the current rate or the current share price. And that's what he offered to buy the company out and take it private.
Well, he obviously thinks there's a good idea with Twitter.
And I think the price was $44 billion. I think that was the final, and it may be subject to change. But yeah, I was just kind of curious if you'd followed the story any and what's your thoughts on the matter. And I mean, it's been a pretty big deal. And so, and if you don't have any thoughts on the matter at all, that's fine. I just was kind of curious because Elon Musk is, richest man in the world. He's got a fairly high profile guy.
Yeah, well, he could buy, I don't know how many shares. It doesn't say how many shares are available. But right now, I'm looking on Google, and they're $49.68 a share.
Right.
And they're down $2 today. So,
well, and let's see, I think the offer price was at like $54 or $56 a share, is what the offer price is. What he offered to buy them out and take the company private.
I don't know where you can find out. Oh, there he is. It says volume. Wouldn't that be amount of shares?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so 76.16 million in volume. If that's what the shares are.
Oh, that's how many is traded. I think that's how much that's how much was traded. Volume of that was traded, but yeah. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I'm a little out of touch with my whole stock market thing. I was just curious kind of what your thoughts on the whole matter was. I know he's been very vocal about freedom of speech and the reason why he kind of was upset with Twitter and the way they were acting. So he was like, and have you read the article where he referenced the whole 12 floors?
No, I haven't read anything on him.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading now.
So look up 12 floors and Elon Musk, but essentially there was a guy who bought a company, and I can't remember the full details right offhand. I read the article like 3 or 4 days ago. I've slept since then, folks. Nick may find it before I can finish the story, but essentially this guy goes in and he buys a company. Okay. What?
Nothing. Go ahead. I'll tell you in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. So he goes in and he buys a company. Well, in the New York office, they have 12 floors. And he visits the New York office, and he can't understand what they do. So he hires a consulting company. I think they said there was like $250,000 to come in and evaluate, or 250. I don't remember what the exact price tag was, but they paid a consulting company to come in, and after 3 weeks, the consulting company had no clue what the 12 floors did.
Yeah, I haven't heard. I'm not seeing anything on here while I'm looking because I'm listening to.
So what he does is the guy calls the management and says, "Okay, tomorrow I need you to call the 12 floors and let them all go." He literally lays off 12 floors worth of people.
What? And this is in New York or California? Where
this was in New York.
Okay.
Okay, but so the story is basically nobody understood what they did. Nobody knew why they were there, and they couldn't even tell you what they did or why they were there. So how are they a benefit to the company if you don't even know what they do or what they contribute to the company? So that's why he was like, well, if you don't really contribute anything, why in the hell are you here?
Free money.
Yes.
Free money.
So the big joke going around is Elon Musk is going to fire 12 floors of censorship people. So there are a lot of people probably worried about their jobs right now at the Twitter office. You wonder. So,
Well, it says here that Twitter has or had, I don't know, this
right?
is just basically the Nasdaq looking at it. They have 7,500 employees.
Yes.
And the minute that Elon Musk rumor went out,
Yes.
the stocks dropped $12.18%.
Okay.
12.18%
Yeah,
they dropped.
12%. Okay.
Elon Musk plans to buy Twitter includes 1 billion breakup fee for either side. I don't know what that means.
In other words, if Elon cancels the purchase, he pays Twitter $1 billion. If Twitter cancels, they pay Elon Musk $1 billion.
So that's what he's hoping.
No, what he's hoping to do is buy the company and take complete control and take it private. Because here's the whole thing. Why reinvent the wheel? Why don't you just buy the wheel and use it to your own liking? I mean, let's be honest. Elon Musk, for a while there, everybody was talking about, let's find something that's better than Twitter. Let's find something. Well, why find something better if Twitter does the job? Let's just buy it and mold it into what we want.
And see, it's really funny. Do you Twitter?
I do not.
I don't either.
I used to, but not much.
I have an account, but I don't. What is Twitter? Give me the rundown because I don't even know what it is.
Twitter is, Twitter's the big one that Donald Trump used too. So Twitter is the one where you're just literally putting down a couple of words and you have followers who follow you. And every time you drop a comment, people, read it, comment, reply back, whatever. A lot of movie stars and a lot of popular, athletes and all of that, they all have Twitter accounts. So they can, it's notorious that people they can drop whatever they want. They can say whatever they want, and you can either accept it, not accept it, whatever. Some people give cryptic tweets, is what they call them, where they'll say something, but they're trying to be, they're not saying outright what they mean, but they're, it's almost like the euphemisms. They're trying to skirt the situation. They're making a comment that really represents something else, So, but yeah, Twitter is huge in the just if you want to send a quick, hey, here's a couple of words, or, hey, here's a sentence or two, or, Donald Trump used to be, there's NBC again giving us fake news. It's, you have football players and baseball players, when they talk about getting traded, they will put little tweets out talking about, oh, I can't believe they traded me, or thank you to the fans, depending on the situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just a very simplified kind of way to follow people because you want to hear what they have to say.
Right.
And
so
it's
what
just
is Snapchat?
And that's just a picture thing. Snapchat.
You can put a picture out there. They can't keep it, and it goes away after a minute or something.
Yeah, exactly. But you can have Snapchat.
Dick pic and
yeah, you have Snapchat rooms, so people will communicate through Snapchat rooms, and stuff like that. But I mean, it's just and then TikTok's the video thing. So every one of them are a little bit. They're all just a big piece of that social media pie. It's what it really is. And I think it's sort of like you've got TikTok with the video thing. Well, Facebook and Instagram were like, well, you can't do that. That we're the social media giant. So they introduced Reels. So
they just changed the name.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's the same thing as TikTok. I mean, let's just be honest.
Instagram is the same thing as TikTok.
Not completely. It's a cross between Snapchat and TikTok and Twitter.
Yeah.
See, they're trying to do all three in this one app, and it's integrated with Facebook. So you can, basically anything you post on Instagram can post to Facebook, or anything you post on Facebook, you can have it post to Instagram. It's that kind of crossover. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the Elon Musk thing is very interesting. I'm interested to see. I actually canceled my Twitter account a while back, and I know a lot of friends have been talking about, ever since he announced he was gonna purchase it, they're gonna actually reactivate their account. There were a lot of people, and I've heard that they actually were losing money because a lot of people were just flat out canceling the account.
Yeah. The stock's going down, all that crazy stuff.
But
And
it
it
was
said,
going down before Elon made the announcement, from what I
yeah,
was reading.
I've never done any Twitter. I don't know anybody that tweets. I mean,
Yeah,
heard about it, and all I've really heard of is that you know the stars and the sports people and all that stuff put stuff out there.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, and it
I
can
didn't like.
cause controversy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's
No,
it's
no. I mean, that was
it's huge in controversy, confrontation. Whatever. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm just sitting here reading. I googled 12th floor Elon Musk and comes up. Elon drops a hammer on Twitter, fires 12 floors of people. None of the articles that I'm going through say how many that was.
Yeah, I know.
I'm saying, okay, it was 12 floors of people. Were there 5 people on each floor? Were there 100 people on each? I mean, what?
No, I know. I think that's part of a joke. I don't know that that's real. When did that article release?
Let's see. This particular article, April 10th.
Oh yeah, that was part of that joke. Yeah, everybody was talking about. Yes.
But you get these bloviating idiots. They come in here and they start off with Elon Musk scares Twitter employees by letting go 12 floors of people. And then you're like, okay, this is exciting. I want to read about it. And it doesn't go into the story. First off, it goes into 5 paragraphs of how Elon Musk got rich. Then about another 10 more paragraphs of the frickin' writer bloviating on how the 12 floors got invented in the first place, not having anything to do with Twitter. They're talking about the building being built.
Okay.
And at that point, there's 15 paragraphs, and I don't give a shit about the
Yeah, I
building.
know. Yeah, you've already lost interest.
Tell me why he did that and what his reasons were. Get to the point, and then after that, you talk about the building and.
Right. Well, the whole thing is he hasn't fired 12 floors. It was based on a tweet or a comment he made where he kind of joked about letting go of 12 floors if he bought Twitter, because of that story I told you. So,
Well, here's the funny thing. Where is it at? I
just
actually had a guy named Nick something because I noticed his name because it's Nick, right?
yeah, I'd quote.
That said I had to lay off 12 floors of people. And there's a video of this guy, Nick, whoever he is, trying to go back and find it.
Yeah, but see, Elon Musk didn't buy.
Nick Hubbard,
Okay.
Huber. It all started when Nick Huber and Twitter and YouTube did something. And then there's it's Carl Icahn. I fired 12 floors of people. That's a video. Carl Icahn,
Okay.
Icahn.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what it says. I fired 12 floors of people.
Right. That's the original story. That has nothing to do with Twitter.
Yeah, that was the 9th.
Yeah. Yeah. See, because Elon Musk didn't take over till Monday night. They didn't approve the deal until Monday night. So he didn't. He had no.
So he's taken over Twitter.
He's
He
definitely.
just doesn't own it.
No. He's going to own it and everything.
But right now, he just owns the majority of the shares.
Yeah, they're in the. Yeah, they signed a deal for him to own it, but yeah, it's a transitional phase. Definitely a transition.
Well, not to change the subject, we're still talking about Elon Musk.
Okay.
Do you know? I was looking up today or yesterday in lunchtime because you got me watching that Scorpion show.
Oh, okay.
And I started looking up the guy. What was his name?
Walter O'Brien.
Right, Walter O'Brien. So I Googled top 10 smartest people in the world.
Okay.
And then it gave me the top 30.
Yep.
I don't know what number this guy was, but Tesla
Yes.
was one of the top 30 smartest people in the world.
Right.
The guy that actually started Tesla.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. But of course, this guy, Walter, he ain't in there.
No. He's a self-proclaimed, and he created this story. The TV show was a great TV show. You got to admit, it's very interesting twist to kind of take this group of people who don't know how to interact with other people and their personalities. So it's just very interesting. So
You know who Paul Allen is?
no. Oh, is he the Microsoft guy?
He's the guy that I've always wanted to be my whole life.
Yeah. The one that co-founded Microsoft with.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who Paul Allen is.
Yeah, I forgot about him. I remember who he is now.
His IQ is over 160.
Yeah, there you go.
Einstein's was 160.
Yep.
So,
okay.
I mean,
how many episodes have you seen of Scorpion?
8.
Are you serious?
In the first season, 8.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, how does Catherine McPhee look?
Well, she's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, from the tip of her toes to the top of her head, she's absolutely gorgeous.
She does a good job, though, too. She's a really talented actress.
She is a very talented actress. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She is, no doubt about it. She's not in my top 5, but yes, she's,
Yes. But I got to admit, I mean, for being one of the voice finalists, she's a hell of an actress. I mean,
she can sing her ass off.
I know. So she's super talented. So, I just wanted to say that. Me and Nick had talked about that, and not many people remember Catherine McPhee, but yeah, I mean, I always liked her. She was very super talented. So, but yeah, Scorpion's kind of one of those shows. It's kind of a niche show, kind of an interesting spin-off. It's almost like a Big Bang Theory, but on a different level. I guess it's more drama and crime solving than it is comedy, which is what the Big Bang Theory went for.
Yeah, but if you're a nerd or a dork like I am,
yeah,
that humor's funny.
Yes. No, it really is. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really funny. So here's the thing that's really interesting about Catherine McPhee.
Okay.
She's married to a guy named David Forster.
Why do I know that name?
I don't know. I was fixing to look up who he was and what he did.
Okay.
But she's 37 years old.
Right.
Okay. She looks like she's in her early 20s.
Yes.
He 72.
What?
He is 35 years her senior.
Oh, okay.
He's 72 years old. Now I want to look up his net worth.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's a lot of going on there.
Whatever.
I mean, guy's good looking. I'd marry him. Shit.
Whatever. You'd be the house spouse. Anyway.
Sure as hell would. Bring it on.
Okay, so we done talking about the Elon Musk and we're ready to move on?
Oh, no, we're talking about them all.
Okay.
See, there you go. David Forster's net worth in 2021, $150 million.
Okay, not bad.
Let's see that just
what?
It's all about the money. But don't get me wrong, the guy's fit. He's very attractive. He's got the salt and pepper do. I mean, he's a good looking
Okay.
guy.
Yeah. He's got the dad bod rocking or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good looking guy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So let's see what she's worth in 2022. Oh, come on. Oh, just a measly 14 million.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, but she's got
it's
her own
nice that they
money.
keep that separate. Yeah,
Yeah.
So maybe he was her intelligent equal
Yeah.
because she's attractive. He's a good looking guy. He's attractive too, but and it
It's
happens.
chemistry
I mean,
happens.
here I am 59. I was dating a 35-year-old,
Yeah, you
a
were.
23-year difference. You know, the intelligent level was there. Maturity level might not have been. I don't know if she was more mature than I was, or vice
Dang.
versa. But
Come on now.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm a kid at heart.
The
I can be
narcissism
silly and
was
cut up.
there. That was
Well, yeah.
the problem.
Well, we
Yeah.
live and we learn.
I know. Okay, so ready to switch topics.
Okay,
I'm going to throw you for a loop on this one.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I think I've sent this to you, so you may remember it. Dangerous love language.
Dangerous love languages.
Yeah, so I was watching an interesting video, and this guy was talking about there are two love languages that are dangerous. And I was like, oh, okay, I got to listen to this one because I was just kind of curious. So I'm gonna tell you what he said, and then let's discuss it, okay? Because it really piqued my interest trying to understand because it was really kind of an interesting situation. So, okay, we talk about gifts. That's one of the love language, gift giving, right?
Right.
One of the
Right,
love language.
right.
If I give you a gift and you don't give me a gift back, is it a big deal?
Now, yes. Now you just open the floor. Okay, so
But
if my love language is gift giving
yes,
and yours is not receiving or giving gifts,
right.
then yes, it's dangerous.
Okay. Well, but I mean you could it's not I wouldn't say if you gave me a gift and I didn't give you one back, it's not like it would be weird. It wouldn't be dangerous. It may be a little awkward if, but I don't know that it would but that
So the one that's giving,
yes.
they should be satisfied showing love.
Yes, but they're not
Right.
expecting a gift in
In return.
return.
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay, so that's kind of the point. Is they're not expecting if they get a gift in return,
They're
fine.
like,
Yeah, or it's a
especially if
little
their love
awkward.
language is words of affirmation or physical touch or quality time. They
Yeah.
don't care about that gift.
Right, but the gift, in a sense, if somebody gives you a gift, you don't feel obligated to reciprocate with the same level of gift that they gave you. It's a gift.
Very true.
Okay, it's just a
Very
gift.
true.
Okay, so then we talk about acts of service.
Right?
Okay, so wait. Let me make sure I get the right ones. Yeah, acts of service. If somebody does something nice for you, like they go and they do the dishes because you're tired that night, okay?
Right?
They don't expect you to come the next night and do the dishes because they did it for you. No, it's an act of service. That's almost awkward for them to for you to say, well, I got to match what they did for me. No, that's what an act of service is you don't have to match it. That's not what it's about.
Yeah, when you say it like that, match it, that's absolutely not what you do.
Right. Okay. So that's number 2. Okay. So quality time. Quality time, if we're spending time together, it doesn't always have to be about spending time doing the same thing. Sometimes it's just spending time together, whether you're reading a book or she's, doing something, knitting, but that's quality time. You
But
don't,
see, now I'm thinking that's a match. Because if you both like quality time, no matter how it happens,
yes,
you're both receiving the love. You're matching their love that they're matching your love.
but you're not required to do knitting.
No,
You're just spending time together. So you don't have to match what kind of quality time you're doing. You just have to quality time. It's
look,
kind,
it's all quality time. No matter what the two of you decide is quality time,
right.
that's it.
Okay. Okay. So we agree, quality time is just quality time. You don't necessarily have to reciprocate or match somebody's quality time they're giving you.
Right.
It's about time together. So there's no, if the person's like, I don't want to watch this TV show, but I'll sit here and knit with you. It's still quality time.
It's a form of quality time.
It
Yeah.
is a form of quality time. It's not like they're walking away and say, I'm going to go play on my computer. They're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit in the room.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that.
That's
Okay.
because the ultimate quality time is no cell phones, no TVs, no kids, no noise, no nothing. You and two focused on just the two of you.
Right. Okay. So
Oh,
this is very interesting. So, and like I said, this is based on what I saw today and was kind of I found interesting, found intriguing, thought provoking. Physical touch. Okay.
okay.
This is where it's dangerous. If you're dating someone and you reach to hold their hand and they pull away. That's a bad situation.
Yes.
That's dangerous.
Yes.
Okay. Now
That's
because
rejection.
yes, it really
Instant
is.
rejection.
Yes. So it was like, okay, there's not this requirement to match on the other three, but when you got to physical touch, hold up, we've got a match. Because if I go to grab your hand and you pull away, oh, we've got a problem.
There's awkwardness instantly.
Exactly.
What's going on? Yeah. What the hell's going on there?
Okay, so would you agree? That's a dangerous love.
That is a very dangerous deal. Yes.
Yeah, that's a dangerous love language. And I was like, okay, that's really interesting. Words of affirmation. Okay?
Yeah.
You look
One
at
of my favorites.
you look at your spouse and you say, I love you. And they look back and say, okay. What? What's your response?
So
Is
I'm
that
not
dangerous or not?
you know, here's the deal with that. So let me kind of give you some background. So always my whole life, don't hang up the phone until you say love you, bye. Okay.
Except for when you're at work.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
And even then,
Yeah.
if not everybody's standing around or you got somebody in your office or something like that. Yeah. But I'm getting away from that
Okay.
because it becomes so normal when I really want to take the time to stop and look at whoever I'm dating or who my spouse, whatever, and say, I really appreciate you being in my life. I'm very happy that you're in my life. I love you very much. That I love you doesn't hold as much weight because you say it 10 times a day. Love you, bye. Or hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out to the store real quick and pick up whatever you need. I'll be right back. Love you.
But what if you on that serious moment that you were just talking about, you express that to the other person and their response was, okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
you ain't getting none tonight.
That can be dangerous.
Yes, very dangerous.
And so I was
Especially if the spouse knows that your love language is words of affirmation.
Exactly.
I mean, words of affirmation are more like, how was your day, babe? Oh man, I had a really rough day. Well, you can hang in there. You can do it. I'm very proud of you. I respect you, and I think your opinions are valid. Blah, blah,
Right.
that to me is more words of affirmation.
Yes.
But even still, if if I'm with somebody that doesn't know how to do that, which I have been,
Yes.
they had no clue how to motivate you or pep you up. You were there you were supposed to pep them,
Right. Right.
and their response is, okay, well, I'll give you a BJ. Okay, well, I like that, but that,
That doesn't fulfill
that's
my
not the
true
solution
need.
to some of these things.
Ye-
Every once in a while, I need you to go, babe, I'm proud of you. I'm happy you're in my life. Whatever,
Right.
you know.
Right. Okay, so I mean, the overall concept, though, thinking about it and what I just described, would you agree with this guy's assessment? Do you think those two love languages can be dangerous?
Well, I agree that all of them can be dangerous when you have a love language, you talk about it, they know your love language, you know theirs,
Right.
because I could be words of affirmation and she could be gift giving.
Yes.
So I need to step up and give her gifts to let her know that I love her. And she needs to look at me and go, damn, you're fine, or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
When that stops happening, and it always does in a long term relationship, if they don't work on their values and their boundaries and their structure,
Right. Right.
it turns to that.
And that brings
And
up another
all the
point.
love languages could be bad. You can use them as weapons. You really
Yes.
can.
Yes. Okay.
Because
So,
I want somebody to build me up. And if somebody looks at me and go, "Oh my God, are you really going out looking like that? You really need to, you need to get new glasses because them just don't look good on you." And that kind of stuff for people who are words of affirmation,
yeah, it's
that
negative.
kind of stuff cuts you right in the heart.
Yes.
I mean, right in the heart.
Right.
So, yes, they can be dangerous, and yes, they can be used as weapons. I've probably done it myself at times. I didn't even know my wife's love language for 15 years. Well, maybe 10 years.
Yeah. But now, would you say any two of them are? I mean, the last two that we talked about, would you think they are worse than the other three?
No, I think they all have their demons.
Okay. Okay.
Got you stop and think about it. Everybody has a single love language. I mean, we've talked about this in the past. My number one is words of affirmation. Number two is physical, and down the
And
line.
your number one is
2
quality time.
Well, yeah, yeah. So
At least recently, it's been quality time because
yeah, you
you're
know,
not getting
I,
it.
I would like to spend time with any female. No, I'm not any female. I'm getting pickier in my old age, but a female that has an intellect, that has, some
Yes.
kind of sanity to her. But anyway, those things, any one of them can be dangerous. If I'm with somebody that likes gifts to feel loved, I need to step up to the plate. If I don't, she's not going to feel loved. She's not going to respond to my quality time. She's not going to respond to my physical touch. It doesn't matter.
Right.
If I like acts of service and she likes gift giving, if I stop giving her gifts, she's going to stop cooking, or she's going to stop doing her share of the cleaning,
Yeah.
or vice versa. I can stop cooking or stop,
Or she may stop, just doing extra share of the cleaning to help you when you're feeling
bare
down.
minimum. Bare minimum.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got to get done. It drives you crazy, drives me crazy, but we're going to do the bare minimum.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't think any one is worse than the other. I would think emotionally, if you want to come down to it, emotionally would be more scarring
Okay.
than the physical portions of it.
Yeah, but the physical touch rejection is an emotional
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The
yeah.
top three, if you're talking about quality time, physical touch, and words of affirmation,
Yes.
those are the emotional, and they're all emotional
No, they
when you
are.
think about it,
Yes.
because I receive a gift that emotionally lets me know you love me.
Yes.
If I don't get a gift from you, I mean, perfect example. Married 15 years, 12 years into our marriage, it was oh, what the hell, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I always went to this one florist. They had my credit card number. I'd call them up and say, I want a dozen roses in a vase, $125. And this is 20, 30 years ago, right?
Right.
After 12 years, she literally looked at my wife and said, Nick has never once got me flowers. What the was that?
Yeah.
And I overheard her say it. I spun around, almost spilled my drink. Spun around, I looked at her, and my mother knew it because I went to my mother's florist.
Right.
And she said, Chrissy, you sure about that? She's like, oh, I totally forgot about Valentine's Day.
What?
You know, and to me, that emotional kick in the teeth,
Yes.
I was like, well, you ain't getting flowers again.
I
12
know.
years.
I know.
And 30 years ago, $125 dozen roses, them bad boys were like this big.
Yeah,
They
they
were
were
beautiful.
like the
And
primo of primo roses.
primo of the primo. And when you set them in the house, the entire house smelled like it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I did that on purpose because I knew she loved them.
Yes.
You know, that's what you do. But I really didn't know her love language was acts of service. When I
Okay.
found out, oh my God, I never cooked and cleaned and vacuumed and mopped the floors and did the windows in my life. I really did.
Okay.
I sent her to college while I took care of the kids and
Yeah.
worked.
You did your
cooked.
act of service. Exactly.
I did it.
Good for you.
Yes. You know, I'm a man, so I'm not perfect. I didn't do the laundry right, and I didn't do, you know, but that's just, I did it the way I know how to do it.
I know, man. It's all good.
Did not YouTube how to do laundry, how to do perfect laundry. I didn't do that.
It wouldn't have been perfect.
Well, in that particular aspect, my at the time wife should have put a YouTube video out saying this is how you do it.
Yeah, I know. But even then, you know it wouldn't have been perfect because no matter what, she would have found something wrong with it.
The only perfection would have been in her eyes that she did it.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people in this world that are like that.
I know.
It's so much easier if I just do it.
Yes.
You know, that kind of thing. Because I know how I want it perfect. You don't know how I want it perfect.
Yeah. So you made a comment earlier and it spurred a thought about something else. You know, me and Nick have been, you know, of course, folks, we've been doing a lot of TikTok lately. Part of it was we've been promoting the show, but we also have been reading and watching these videos. Some of them are really good. They're uplifting. And so we've been sending these kind of, you know, therapeutic, motivation, therapeutic. Yeah, exactly. Kind of post back and forth to each other to help each other out. And so I found a really interesting one where they talked about service. And I was like, service? And they said, when you first start dating, you are happy to service the person you're with.
Yes, I did see that one.
And I was like, that one was crazy. Because they said, as time goes by, you get married, whatever, you stop doing the things that caused you to fall in love with that person.
Yes.
And why? Do we get complacent? Do we get lazy? Do we get what? I've got her now. I don't have to work that hard. I mean, what? Why?
See, that's the good. I'm gonna have to remember who I was having the conversation with. I got a good friend of mine that's a doctor, and we started talking. That's who it was. We started talking about this, and when I meet somebody and I'm like, wow, I like her.
Right.
I'm there. You know, I'll jump in the truck and go to her house, and we'll go to dinner where she wants to go, and we'll do the things that she wants to do. Well, after a while, I'm like, Okay, it's my turn. I want you to, I dated a woman for 3 months and she never came to my place.
Yeah, you talked about that before on the show.
Yeah. So I was really enjoying her company. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was overzealous.
Yeah.
So did I create that?
Maybe.
I kind of,
Yeah.
when some people that are controlling or just a little bit controlling can take control. And if you allow them, they're going to run with it.
Yes.
And that might have happened, but did I create that? I could have.
Well, okay, so I'm going to say it's going to be a little. It's going to sound a little weird. People can agree or disagree.
Don't worry about what they
Whether
think.
no, 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 I'm not. I'm not. I just want to make sure I word this correctly. You may have given her the opportunity, but her personality dictated how she handled
Yes.
it. Okay? So is it your fault? No. It's her fault for taking advantage of the situation. If she had been a non-narcissistic person, she would have said, "Well, what about you?"
Right.
So, I don't think it's your fault. I said a minute ago, yes, it's your fault, but not really. Let's be honest here. Just because you're giving doesn't mean the other person doesn't have the capacity to give too. And I'm going to go back to this previous discussion about you asked me a question. If the person wants to go to Whataburger and you want to go Taco Bell, what do?
What's the best scenario? Yeah.
Yes. And see, you made a comment earlier. When's it my turn?
Yep.
And that's why for me, okay, I'll go to Whataburger tonight. Tomorrow we go to Taco Bell. It's a compromise, and if she is a good woman, she's gonna be like, "Hey, I really want to go to Whataburger. Can we go to Whataburger tonight? And I'll take you to Taco Bell tomorrow."
Done.
You shouldn't have to say it. If she
Right.
loves you, she would be like, "Hey, I know you really want this, but if you'll do this for me, we'll go to Taco Bell tomorrow, or I'll even take you to the Mexican restaurant. We don't even have to go to Taco Bell. We can go get enchiladas, or we can go to Popsitos, or the point is she understands that you love her, so you're letting her, choose the restaurant tonight because that's what she's really craving. And
Right.
so she wants to give back to you. And I think that's the key point. So, we talk about this, but that's part of the services. When you were dating, you know, you she's like, "Okay, we went here last time, what do you like to eat? Oh, let's go there. Let's check that out." You know?
Right. Right.
So, I
So
find that
here's the deal.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Oh no. I've dated, and I've actually, and it reminded me when you started talking where I was like, real smitten. We were having a great time. I was enjoying it. And we lived an hour apart, you
right.
know, and Houston's a big city. So an hour's, could be 6 blocks.
Yeah.
But so I went to her house, and whatever. Okay. Went out to dinner. I picked her up, however that, took her back to the house, came home, whatever. Okay.
Right.
The next time I'm like, hey, what are you doing Friday night? Let's go. I really enjoy your company. Let's do it again. And this is fresh dating. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we're on the third or fourth date. And she literally said, no, no. She said, tonight I'm coming to you. So let's find a place. And she gave me the opportunity to say, what are you hungry for? Where do you want to go eat? You pick, but I'm coming to your side of town.
Oh, good.
And we shared in the responsibilities of paying, she split the check, or she bought, I bought, we did that.
Right.
You know, yeah, she was really good about that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now
So,
she lives 2.5 hours away.
oh, yeah, that's not.
So that's pretty far.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not just, hey, let's go out and have a quick dinner. No.
Right. No, no.
So,
It's definitely, that's a bigger challenge there,
but
so,
if I picked up the phone and said, hey, what are you doing when you get off work Friday? Get down here, and she would.
okay.
And if she picked up the phone and called me and says, hey, get up here, I would. When we were dating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I know. Yeah. So, but I mean, see, that's understanding the give and take of the relationship. I mean, she's servicing, providing whatever you want to call it. I know people look at it negative. It was really interesting servicing you, but you're servicing her back. You're doing what it takes to build the relationship
Yes.
equally. So I'm going to go back and still reinforce the point. And I know this, you're gonna laugh at me. It's not your fault.
Well, no, it takes two.
I
It
know.
always takes two to tango. I
Yes,
mean,
but
you
if you're the nice guy, it doesn't mean they have to take advantage of the fact that you're a nice guy.
but they might not be thinking of it that way. They might be thinking, look, this guy doesn't care where we go or what we do or how we do it. So, and I do. So let's get down to business. When you get into a lifestyle and you want to be successful and you want to grow, you could skew your attitude to where when you're at business, you're going to, if your coworker that's gearing for the same promotion and that person gets put on fire, you're not going to spit on them. You want to win. You want to excel and exceed and grow. Taking that attitude, I mean, you think Elon Musk didn't burn a few bridges on his way
Oh
to
yeah,
success?
no,
You
one
know what I'm
hundred
saying?
percent.
So
Yes,
go back to that. Now, here's the hardest part that I see in people young growing up that want to excel and exceed and go to the top of the food chain.
right.
It's hard for them at 5 o'clock to turn that off and be subservient to their better
S-
half,
Oh yeah, to their spouses.
to their spouses.
Right,
Male or female doesn't matter. Not
right.
anymore.
That's
Day and
why I
age,
said
right?
spouses, because yeah, it
Yeah.
applies to both.
So it's really hard to turn that switch off.
Right.
And that's why I love Zig Ziglar, love the man to death, how he said, people are travelers. The best thing I've ever heard when it comes to this motivational stuff. Zig Ziglar said, people are travelers. And what I mean by travelers is when they're at work, they're always thinking about home. When they're at home, they're always thinking about work. So they're always traveling instead of being in the
And
moment where they are.
yes,
And I've done it, and I know people that do it.
right.
It's crazy. What do
No,
we do when we get home? We bitch about work, right? And I've
I,
always had you got 30 minutes, I got 30 minutes, and then we're going to start talking about you and I and whatever's going on in our lives. We're going to get
exactly.
personal, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, 30 minutes. And, I've dated some that said, I had a pretty good day. So, what do you got going on? And never want to talk about it. And then we move on quicker. Then I've had some that 2.5 hours later, they're still talking about work. And I hadn't even said anything about my day. And then they didn't ask afterward, well, how was your day?
Right.
You know,
Right. And see,
well, you're so easy going and you're so easy going and you don't mind and you really act like you don't give a damn. And, so I just kind of take the ball and run with it. Okay. And that's fair because that's me.
yeah.
I'm going to sit there and be a good listener and I'm going to be attentive
Yes.
to listening. I'm not going to be like,
Really.
2.5 hours later, I'm looking you in the eye and I'm not giving you corrective criticism. I'm listening to you vomit your day if that's what.
That's what you need. Yeah.
So it goes both ways. But yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
I was never the kind of guy that if my coworker was on fire, I wouldn't capitalize on that. That's why I'm not senior vice president or a manager or any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not. I want the people that are my underlings beneath me, however you want to say it. That's so condescending. I hate that. But the people that report to you,
Yes.
I always wanted to make them grow.
Yes.
I had a coworker that is a beautiful blonde, blue eyes with beautiful body. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And she spent her whole life doing the old hair flip giggle, and every guy would jump and do it for her.
That's not really helping her, though.
No. And she learned that. And I was working with her, and instead of just fixing the problems, I would stand there and go, think outside the box. And she would learn. It took me 7 years. This girl was phenomenal and still is to this day. But she gets frustrated really quick, and boom, she'll just pick up the phone and call somebody and have them fix it.
Right.
Because she falls back into her old deal. She's brilliant, no doubt about it. But you fall in that category, and if people are going to do that for you, why not capitalize on it?
Yeah.
So when people do that, it becomes the norm. That's why I'm saying, yes, it's my fault, because it becomes the norm for them to go, I'm kind of hungry for liver and onions. Let's go. That's me.
I know.
I don't care. You want liver and onions? They're going to have a hamburger or something else, or,
Yeah.
whatever. Because I don't have now getting older now and doing this podcast and, healing myself from doing silly things like that. I'm learning more now going, hey, I want steak tonight. Oh, I'm not really in the mood for steak. Well, my second choice would be,
Right. Right. Yeah.
so I'm a little bit more on the come on, let's go. Where are we going? What do you care? Let's go. Get your shit, get up, get your shit dressed, get your makeup on, put on your nice dress, because we're gonna go out and I'm gonna show you a good time. And when we get home, you are gonna be like crazy. I beat that out myself.
I
But
know.
that's a TikTok, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And it's got millions of hits because that's what women want every now and then, for their husband to go, I'm coming home. You need to get dressed, get showered, get the kid, do something with the kids, because we're going out. I want you to look your best, and I'm gonna take you out for a fantastic dinner, and I'm gonna dance with you. And when we get home, I'm gonna. He says something about I'm gonna make you scream the Lord, or
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's
And
funny.
and the women, it's always the video's always on the women, and they're like,
Okay. That's
so
funny. But part of that is a lot of times women just don't know what they're in the mood for. I think they know what they're not in the mood for, but they
that is more true than because you do that.
yeah.
You go, all right, look, here's 3 restaurants. Pick the one you don't like, and I'll decide.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I think that's a good idea. But even now, lately, I'm like, hey, why don't you meet me at Buffalo Wild Wings or meet me at the Olive Garden? Let's go out and have dinner.
Right.
That's it. You don't want to go? There's a door.
See, and that's good. It means you're finally getting to the point where you're happy being you and by yourself.
Yes.
And I think that's really cool, because I think, you can't be happy with someone else if you can't be happy by yourself.
Right.
And I know people say that, and it's a hard thing to do. It really is. People don't understand. When you're first single, like after your divorce, it's hard to be single. It's really, you've lived with
The
someone for
struggle,
years. So,
yeah, the struggle is the talking, the daily communication,
yeah,
not the sex and all that, but the daily communication.
right,
That's a struggle.
right.
Even now, I've been single for I don't know how long now. And when I say single, I haven't been dating anybody. But my deal is I'll come home and I love the fact that I have a quiet home to go to. My kids are grown and out, well, almost out.
Yeah,
But he's usually working, or, he's
right,
not here.
right.
Right now, I got the house to myself and I love it. But then all of a sudden I go, I need to text somebody, or I wouldn't mind talking to somebody, but I don't have anything to talk about. I don't want to interrupt my show because I'm watching a really good show.
I
You
know.
know, That's where my brain's going, and it's just whirling like that.
Right.
So
And,
I'll get past that to the
you
point.
know, we were taught that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I remember I was I don't remember if I read this or saw this somewhere, but it talks about when we were kids, we were taught to always be busy. You always had chores to do, you always had this to do, you always had that to do. You were taught to always be busy with something. You never sat down and did, you know. My mom is a good example of that. My mom, she's better now that she's, you know, she's in she had cancer 2 years ago, and so she's better now. But I honestly, before that, I remember my mom would never sit down. She was always doing something. She was, whether it was washing the 3 forks that just got put in the sink, and that was the only thing in the sink, she would wash the 3 forks. She could
Right.
not sit down and relax. She just didn't know any different, you know? And it's really crazy to think now our generation is not as bad, but it's close sometimes. We can't just sit still sometimes. It is very hard. There are times when I'll sit in my recliner and I'll be like, okay, what's next to do? And I'll look up and I'm like, I got a million things to do, but now I'm overwhelmed because I don't know where to start,
Right.
you know? And so you kind of
My
have
God,
to,
that's a sign of ADHD. Don't do that.
whatever, shut up.
You better get tested.
I am not going to get tested. I'm pretty sure yeah,
I know you're not ADHD.
okay.
I can tell you from the small,
Yeah,
little
I know.
shards of what I've learned, you're not close to being ADHD.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't wake up on a Saturday morning and go, I got a million things I need to get done. At the end of the day, you didn't get one thing done,
No, no, I got
and
two of them.
overwhelmed and frustrated and anxious.
Okay.
That's ADHD.
Yeah, no.
You'll say, I've got a million things I'm going to get done. I'm going to prioritize these 5.
Yes, yes.
And by the end of the day, all 5 of them are going to get done.
Or at least 3 or 4 of them, but I'm not going to be
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah. You're not going to be anxious and nothing got done.
Yeah.
I'm going to rearrange the garage. So you take everything from one side, move it to the other, and take everything from that side, move it back over. It's still a mess. And you worked your ass off all day, but you still feel like you didn't get anything done.
Oh, see, now I'm not that bad.
Yeah. No, you're
No.
not even close to being that bad.
No. I'm not like that. See, if I clean the garage, you see a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. If I go out there, I will pull half the garage out of the garage onto the driveway, and I
Yep.
will slowly be like, okay, do I need this anymore? Oh, no, it's been sitting here for 5 years and I haven't used it once. It's gone. So my dad is a huge hoarder, and yeah, no. Everybody asks me, are you a hoarder? I'm a collector, but I'm not a hoarder. There is
There's
a
a
difference.
Yes. Very much so.
There is a difference. Now, do I need to organize some better? Yes. I will readily admit I need to do better at organization, but I am a collector. I am not a hoarder. You can walk. You can actually work out. You can throw a party in my house with multiple people, and people don't have to worry about stepping on stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Andrew and I did that. We went out to the garage last weekend to clean it
okay.
because I knew there was a bunch of trash in there, from a couple trips to Bandera. And I just threw everything in there just because it got home late
Right.
and I went in there, I cleaned up all the problem that we started, and we started late in the afternoon. He
Right.
had to replace an alternator in his Jeep. So him and his buddy start working on that. So I start cleaning the garage out. Well, the mistake we made was we brought a cooler of beer out there.
Ooh.
I had
Yeah.
one beer. I got all the trash cleaned up, and I'm like, man, if I stack everything up and I'd have more room for the butt. And there was a chair there. I moved the chair out of the way, cleaned it off, sat down, and watched them change the alternator. I did get all the trash out of there.
Oh, that's good. So do you have shelving in there?
No, it's an apartment garage. I could put shelving in there, but I don't. I don't have any shelving in there.
Yeah, Sam's has really good price on this really good shelving, and I think it's like 300 pounds of shelf.
Oh yeah, that good stuff.
Yeah, and it's really good, dude.
I don't have enough in there. I got a big toolbox
Okay.
full of tools,
Yeah.
and then a bunch of skis and the benches that came out of my RV. I was trying to get recovered,
Oh
and
yeah. Fair enough.
so it's really not anything you can shelve.
Yeah. Fair.
And then the motorcycles in there. 90% of the stuff that's in that is Mike's. It's not mine.
Oh.
So I told him a year ago, I said, look, I'm moving out in October, which was 2021. And this was like October of 2020
Yeah.
when I told him, you got a year to come over here and clean this out. Otherwise, if I have to move it, or let me rephrase, if Jay and I have to move it, it instantly becomes all mine.
Yeah.
He said, all right, I got you. Still in there. He's still got a $3,000 touring bicycle.
Oh.
Just hanging out in there. He's probably got $4,000 or $5,000 worth of photography equipment, like the big umbrellas with
Yeah.
the light in them and all that stuff.
Okay.
It's all in there. And he's got a toolbox that's bar none well organized, or was until we started touching it.
Okay.
So, yeah, anyway,
I always needed
I
a new
drug
bike.
that out.
No, I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
we broke an hour.
Oh, there you go.
See, so we did good.
Oh, you're talking about the show. Oh, I wasn't even
Yeah.
paying attention. Okay.
You said, I don't know how long this is going to go.
Yeah.
Have you met us?
Yeah, I know, right? Fair point.
We can talk about anything. Let's get back to Elon.
Yeah. No,
Shit.
you know what? It's funny because one of the responses we got on the podcast, and it was a positive, it was like two guys sitting around a fire shooting the crap. And it's the most entertaining, funny conversations. But we do real ones too, you know. But that was some positive feedback we've gotten recently, and I like that. I was kind of like, well, that's exactly what we were going for, talking about real life, real situations. You know, we see random stuff in the world, and just discussing, our perspective on this. We're not. I mean, let's be honest, folks. We're not perfectionists what is it called? We're not subject matter experts. We're not licensed. We're not
Right.
any of those things. We are just two guys giving our opinion from our life experiences. And you
From
know what?
we have or haven't learned correctly.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fair point. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I know. But I think people have to understand that we're not claiming to be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a counselor, therapist. We're not claiming any of this stuff. We know we're not these things, but we are parents. We are adults, and we experienced life. We lived life. How are we not going to have an opinion about something?
we're fallible.
Yeah,
We're absolutely fallible.
exactly.
We're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So
No. And and part of that I think is being honest with yourself. And and I think that's one of the nice things about our podcast is one of the things I've always liked is the fact that we're honest with ourselves.
yes, very true.
So just
So
wanted
that
to
means.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you
No,
go
no, no.
ahead.
You go.
I was going to say, so I just want to say thank you for being you.
Oh, thank you, brother. Amen.
You know.
The same.
Yeah, so you are, I know you make jokes about how you're the comedic relief, but I couldn't have done this without you. So thank you.
I appreciate you, brother. And I always joke about your brutal honesty, but I do love it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't change a thing.
Oh, thank you.
And so I was going to say, for the people that are listening, when he talked about, guys sitting around a fireplace just shooting the shit. Wouldn't it be awesome if I could do a podcast with Jay and actually get him a little tipsy around a fireplace?
Whatever.
I would love that.
Okay.
I would love
Fire
that.
pit, one drink.
On an empty stomach.
Ooh, maybe.
Okay, can I make the drink?
Ooh, I don't know. Am I going to be able to drink it? Because liquor.
Oh,
I-
absolutely.
Okay.
It comes from Long Island. You'll
Oh
be
yeah,
fine.
I know, right? Yeah, I've had one of those. I'll just make sure not
It
to.
comes. It's just New Jersey. It's
Yeah, I
from
know.
Joy.
I'll just make sure not to drink that one through a straw this time.
Yeah, no, you got to drink that one through a straw.
Never. Just don't drink it like a Louisiana sweet tea.
If I can get Jay to put on a tutu and dance around the fire, that would be heaven. I mean,
Whatever.
absolute heaven.
I don't need an alcoholic drink to do that.
Now, I did it at work.
I know. See, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't
saying.
care.
Yeah. So I'm crazy enough. I mean, well, I'm not. There are certain things I won't do, but wearing a tutu, it doesn't. I don't know. That doesn't bother me. Why is that
No,
weird?
I don't know. That was just the first thing that came to
Oh,
mind.
okay. Yeah.
How about a Speedo?
Okay.
See, there you go.
Yeah. I'm not ashamed.
I okay.
So, okay, I do got to share this one thing I just remembered. I just want to tell you this. This was really hilarious. Everybody knows we talked about dick pics in one of our previous episodes.
Right.
And Abigail decided to send us a picture of a dick pic.
I missed it.
So, just for those people who are worried, it was literally a guitar pick with dick engraved on it.
Oh, I remember that now.
Oh, I was like, oh yeah, this is just really bad. Okay. I thought it was a really hilarious picture. But yes, there you go. There it was funny as hell. So,
See, that's what we need to do. Somebody actually asked me for one time,
you need to take
and
that picture and send it to him.
I would rather do that now than what I actually did. I found the guy with the largest schlong
Yeah, I
and
know.
sent it to her.
Right.
And it was obviously not me because
Yeah.
the skin color wasn't the right
Yeah,
color.
I know. But yeah, so I did. I saved the picture. That way, if I ever get asked the question, I'm going to send the guitar pic.
You need to resend it to me. I don't remember what I did with it.
Okay. I'll resend it to you. And folks
I need
out
to send
there,
it.
if you want a copy of it, email the show. Tell us what do you think of the show, and we'll email you back a pic. So
Yeah, and if you got any comments, email us. We won't put you on the show unless you want to come on. You never know.
We won't mention names. We never have.
Unless you want it.
Unless you want it. But, or unless you come on the show, like Abigail. So, yeah. So,
Need to get her back too. So,
yeah, we plan on it. But, she's busy at work. So, just so you folks know, we still talk to her. But, yeah, she's been pretty crazy busy. So,
yeah, she's tough. She'll get slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell her where she's going to go on her next adventure.
Exactly.
If she works contract work, and she could be in another state next week. You never know.
I thought she said she was going to be here for another 3 years, but you never know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She said that's the plan, but you never know.
I know.
So,
well, folks, I don't have anything else to share with you. I think this has been a good episode. Definitely think about the 5 love languages. Would you consider any of them dangerous? What's your thoughts? Email us, and give us your opinion. I'm kind of, that one kind of stroked some thought process, some intrigue for me.
Right.
So
it did me too.
Yeah.
Because yes, they can be very dangerous, very emotionally dangerous. All of them.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have anything else. What about you, man?
Love you, brother.
Love
Enjoyed
you too.
It.
Yep. And folks, we love you too, our fans. Thank you. And keep following, keep listening.